Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I am Steve Shaw, Editorial Director at TigerFitness.com and Muscle and Brawn Nutrition CEO. Guys, creatine. I have a creatine challenge for you guys. Don't click away. I know creatine can be a boring topic, but I want to share a little insight about how we ran creatine back in the day and how you just don't see people running it like this very often. So I want to talk about how we used to run it, how I've gotten away from running it like that, and see if you guys want to join me and try this challenge out. Now, I'm using Ethitech creatine. It's an inexpensive quality product. Now look, back in the day, we used to run creatine, we used to load creatine. Now obviously, we've gotten away from that. We understand that you don't need to load creatine for it to be effective. With that said, back in 96, 97, when I first started using creatine, I would run 15 grams, 20 grams a day. I would run, maybe 10 grams minimum. I would run a lot more. And back then, when I was running this type of protocol, I would experience just crazy muscle pumps, especially in my shoulders, arms, you name it. And during that time, I was experiencing some of my best progress. My bench press was at its heaviest. My overhead pressing was at its heaviest. So I'm not saying creatine was directly responsible for that progress, but I was supplementing heavily with creatine at the time. I could definitely tell a difference with muscle pumps. And look, these days, we're lucky to get 3-4 grams of creatine from our pre-workout. There's so much research on creatine monohydrate, yet not a lot of people use more than what's in their pre-workout. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily using more is better. What I'm saying is that when I used more, I definitely could experience a much more intense muscle pump. Now, I can really notice the muscle pumps in my shoulders, especially during a shoulder workout. That's when it is far more noticeable for me. When I'm taking a lot more creatine, I can just feel the incredible pumps in my shoulder. It's painful, but it's a good kind of painful. So I was thinking this week that it's been 18 years since I ran more creatine than what's in my pre-workout. So I want to, this is almost 2 decades later. That's how old I am. And I decided that I want to try a challenge. I want to return to taking 15 grams of creatine a day just to see if the pumps are more intense. Now, muscle pumps. Some of you guys might be like, yawn, who cares? What good is a muscle pump? There is some research that indicates that a muscle pump can be an effective tool at building muscle mass. Now, I don't have time to get into that in this video. I've written a couple of articles on this, on this topic. They are on the web, but there is some information that a muscle pump can be a good muscle builder. Now, that doesn't mean it should be your primary muscle builder. That doesn't mean that going into the gym and doing pumpy work should be your only muscle building activity. Start your workouts with heavy compound lifts, do your volume or your rep work, and then maybe do some pump work, etc. But pumps can be used as a tool at the end or a finisher when you're trying to build muscle. With that said, I've been kind of in power building mode for the last 1.5 years, and I decided, I want to get back. I want to try creatine again for 15 grams a day, see if the pumps do increase. What do I got to lose? Creatine is cheap, and there's so much research backing creatine that I want to do a personal experiment 20 years later, nearly 20 years later, just to see if there's any difference in pumps. So I figured I'm going to start a thread over at the Tiger Fitness Forum. You guys don't have to join me. You could just leave a comment if you want. But that thread's going to be linked below. I'm going to log my experiences with returning to 15 grams of creatine a day, see if I notice a dramatic difference in muscle pumps. I started this morning. My protocol is I'm going to take 5 grams first thing in the morning. I did that this morning right out of bed. And I'm going to take 5 grams pre-workout and 5 grams post-workout. I'm going to completely ignore any creatine that is in my pre-workout because usually that's only about 3 grams. So I'll probably be getting more like 18 grams a day. But you know, you guys don't have to ignore the creatine you work out. You could take the 3 or 4 grams that's in your pre-workout and then add in a couple 5 gram you know, servings as well. Get it around 13 or whatever. So if you guys want to join me, do an experiment, I'd like to hear how it works for you. I'd like to see if you notice a dramatic increase or a noticeable increase in muscle pumps or performance or anything like that. Again, this isn't, you know, I didn't make this video to come on here and say creatine is the God supplement, the game changer, etc., etc. But I do remember that back in the day when I was taking 15 to 20 grams of creatine a day, the muscle pumps were far more intense. I feared the muscle pumps. I had that love-hate relationship with the muscle pumps when I hit the gym. But, you know, I just realized this week, man, I haven't had pumps like that in a long, long time. Let's get back to taking creatine at least 15 grams a day and see what happens. So if you guys want to join me, you know, again, check out the forum thread below. Tell me, let me know your experiences. Give it about 3, 4, 5 days of taking at least 15 grams a day before you start to, you know, assess if there's any differences. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, guys, there's a Q&A link below. Come on over, post your questions. I answer every question posted in that Q&A. The best questions I turn into a video, a Q&A Saturday video, so look for that every Saturday. And guys, if you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. If you want to connect with me on social media, there's all kinds of social links below. Connect with me on Twitter, Periscope, Instagram. Periscope will let you even watch my workouts. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.